Okay, well, I guess we're gonna have two parts to this. Jackson fires over the middle. That's gonna be incomplete. Intended for Dez Bryant.
Intended for Dez Bryant. Incomplete. Byron Jones.
And are you still gonna take big shots like that if you just threw an interception?
Yeah, you need him back. Gotta get him back in his room.
Well, that time it's caught by the runner Dobbins for a first down and 10.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Okay, I think is exactly what they need to be doing.
Jackson steps out of the pocket, gonna launch one, and it's gonna be knocked away.
Alright, you still got a 6 shot. I'm making the right move right now, I feel.
And Jackson's gonna get sacked.
We've never really had that good of a line, to be fair.
A 10-yard loss on the play.
Well, and kudos to the Dolphins defense. They got them frustrated right now. And he's stopped behind the line. And that is going to be a 3 and out. At least on those downs. There's other downs where they got the first down, but that was a 3 and out on that down. The Ravens punter to give this one the boot. Oh! He breaks free! 10-5, touchdown Miami, and it's a punt return.
Didn't see that over there.
61-yard TD return by Grant Sr. And the Dolphins have denied. Look at that. I mean, come on. That is just sad. You punt the ball and you let them return it to the end zone.
Jason Sanders for the extra point.
Yeah, I don't think that is going to be a too good late Thanksgiving dinner.
The kick is good. Makes the score.
So the extra point is good, makes it 7-0. Ravens will get the ball back, but now you're down a touchdown.
Jason Sanders to kick
Just
off for
obviously
Miami.
not a good thing.
Especially because both teams head into their off season after tonight. But guess what? The Dolphins, one's going to be a winner, and the Dolphins are actually signing Tyreek Hill, Cheetah, effective tonight, so he'll be traveling over here after he finishes his season with the Chiefs. He is eligible to play for the national championship with the Chiefs because they beat the Colts the other day and actually embarrassed them in that AFC championship game, so we'll provide more details at the half. As that's a first down. And now here's the deal. Ravens, they have to punt the ball. They give up the touchdown on the punt return. But now they're knocking on the door in enemy territory, and Jackson throws incomplete as he's hit as he throws it. But now they're actually going somewhere. They are in field goal range, so should they get to 4th down, they can kick a field goal, make it a 4-point game. Jackson throws incomplete on 2nd down. And now it's going to be 3rd down and 10.
Jackson's pass intended for Dez Bryant. Incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Jackson launches it for the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown. And the Ravens answer with a 34-yard touchdown.
You gotta love to see answers. You score? No, I'm gonna score like that.
Justin Tucker.
Now keep in mind, it doesn't matter, but the Dolphins touchdown was actually longer than the Ravens was. It was 61 yards and the Ravens was 34. Not that it matters, but just facts. So now finally Justin Tucker's going to kick this thing off. He had not seen the ball until just now. Here's Grant Sr. on the return. Grant Sr., he's getting around him. This time, but he gets brought down at the 45. Yeah, it doesn't matter how long or short they are. All that matters is you outscore your opponent. And both teams did that a lot this season as Gesicki, the tight end, with the catch. And they're in.
Gesicki. That's good for a Miami Dolphin.
Tua, the left-handed quarterback, launches it and it's incomplete. Probably should have been some interference there.
Yeah.
On the defense, they're lucky the refs kept that flag in their back pocket.
Pretty lucky. With no call. A bad no call.
And a rush for 3 yards, so brings up 3rd and 7. And the Dolphins are probably loving the fact that the refs didn't call that now.
Yeah.
Got time to set up a campsite. Launches it deep for the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown. And another long touchdown pass for Miami. Well, it wasn't a pass on the first touchdown, but another long touchdown for Miami. And a one-hand catch by Devontae Parker, 38 yards.
Pretty good, you know.
Now keep in mind, the touchdown the Ravens got was 34 yards. This was 4 yards longer than theirs. Again, not that it matters, but
yeah, I was just gonna say, once again, touchdown.
The kick is good.
but could these long touchdowns be good? I mean, think about it. If they're throwing long touchdowns, late game situation, need to put yeah, exactly. Need to put it in the end zone. I mean, long touchdown passes like that, we could go to overtime. And also, we will explain our rules of overtime to you, even though it's still early in the game. Basically, we play just like the regular season. We play one overtime period. If it's still tied after that overtime period, however, this game cannot end in a tie. A winner needs to be declared. So we start a new game, and even if a team goes down and scores a touchdown, then the other team gets a possession. They get to try to match it. If they don't score, the team wins that scored the touchdown. If both teams score a touchdown, we're into sudden death. If the first team kicks a field goal and the other team scores a touchdown, the other team wins. As that's incomplete. And we will play as many overtimes as it takes until a winner of this game is declared, or any other playoff game for that matter.
That's good for a Baltimore Raven. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And the reason I keep mentioning overtime is this game is getting so good where Jackson was able to tie it on his last drive and is in a good position to tie it on this drive. We could potentially see overtime.
It's a possibility.
Now, when we start our single overtime period, if the first team to score a touchdown wins, that's just that. But if it's still tied after that period, then we start a new game with the rules. And Jackson is sacked.
Obviously.
Out of the pocket. Jackson throwing on the run, trying to be Patrick Mahomes. There's a flag on the play as he catches it. And it is defensive pass interference. They're going to decline the penalty because he did make the catch. And what do you think about that call? He made the catch, they declined the penalty. Do you think maybe they should have enforced it? Or would it have not mattered either way?
Probably mattered too much, but I'll do that.
Okay. Getting down to the wire here in the first quarter. I'd like to see if Jackson can answer. By the time it's over, incomplete in the end zone.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Incomplete again. On 3rd down and 5.
Jackson's pass. Intended for
And they're going to go for it on 4th and 5. I can't say I blame them. Jackson, corner of the end zone, incomplete.
Jackson on the keeper. Intended for Willie.
And that will be a turnover on downs. Great defense.
On down.
Up the middle, one play, and it's going to be a touchdown. '83-yard touchdown rush.
Touchdown, Dolphins.
With 56 ticks to go here in the first quarter.
Sanders for the extra
Here's Sanders for the extra point. And you just missed it. The Ravens turn it over on downs. The Miami Dolphins take over at their own 17. One handoff and an 83-yard rushing touchdown by the runner. 56 ticks to go in the first quarter, and maybe the Ravens should have just taken the field goal, but I mean 4th and 5, 17-yard line. Can't say I blame them for wanting to go for it. And they can always make a comeback. So now the score is 21-7 as we enter the final 52 seconds of the first. Clock stops for when the returner is down by contact. Jackson looking, fires, incomplete, tipped, and now incomplete. And shout out to Miami. I mean, they got this offense really frustrated. They go for it on 4th, and the defense knocks it away in the end zone. Under pressure, and it's intercepted.
See? They got it back.
And I think we might be seeing Huntley a lot sooner than the second half.
At their own 46-yard line.
Probably.
Tua. Gonna flip it to his right. Oh, and throws an interception. And this might go for a touchdown. No. Breida, the runner for Miami, is gonna bring him down. 34 seconds. What a crazy final 56 seconds. 56 seconds left. Or a minute 6 left in the first quarter. Miami, 83-yard rushing touchdown. Takes the clock down to 56 seconds. The return by Baltimore with 52 seconds on the clock. Jackson with an interception. Tua trying to throw it to his runner. Throws it in. Well, and good news for the Ravens. They took over an excellent field position, too. They're already in the red zone. Can they score? 25 seconds to go, and it's knocked away from Dez Bryant. 3rd down and 10. Baltimore said they are not settling for field goals in this game. How could that affect them? And that's overshot and incomplete. 19 seconds, and they're going to go for it.
It could be a big factor, it could be a little one. No one knows.
Back of the end zone, it's tipped. And it's a turnover. 15 seconds to go, and Miami has the ball back. At their own 20-yard line. Last time they handed it off, it was an 83-yard rushing touchdown. What happens this time? Up the middle. This time he's going to get stopped, and that should expire our wild first quarter.
That's good for a Miami Dolphin.
Very live, indeed.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
I mean, that first quarter, was crazy in the closing seconds of it. Miami's up 21-7 as we end the first. You're watching the New Orleans Bowl here on YouTube TV Network. Welcome back to the New Orleans Bowl. Miami currently dominating the Ravens 21-7. And they have the ball at their own 33. After a turnover on downs by Baltimore. And that's incomplete. Tried to get it to his runner. If you're just now tuning in, we played through 1 quarter and 3 seconds into the second. And overshot and incomplete. I think you send in Fitzpatrick. I mean, Tua's struggling here offensively.
Yeah.
There's a... Oh, and he dropped it. But there was a potential connection on 3rd down to set up the 1st down. He dropped it. So now the Ravens know that Miami's going to just throw a deep ball. But look at this. Inside their own 30, Miami brings them down on the punt return.
It'll be a crazy game, I'm telling you.
And we're only 1 quarter into this 4-quarter game. I want to see if Jackson can go. Oh, they did not. The fake did not work out. Jackson pretends to hand it off, tries a QB draw, and number 94 on the Dolphins defense just runs and sacks him for a loss of 4.
We don't even know who it is. It's good job, numbers random.
He's going to get sacked by number 91 now. Aguaba? However you say that dude's name. 3rd down and 24, partner. 3rd down and 24. He's got a fumble! And it's down at his own 1-yard line. And now it's 4th down and 36. And they're going to go for it.
Oh, why not?
You definitely got to get this out of the end zone. And incomplete, so now Miami gets the ball at the opponent 1-yard line. If they don't score here, there's something wrong with them. Well, even though the Ravens don't have 3 points on the board, could the Dolphins make it 28-7?
You probably can. I just want to give you a hint real quick.
Oh, they stopped him at the 1.
And make sure I get a lot of picks though, alright?
Alright.
When our new start, I just want to make sure I get lots of picks. I'm trying to be the best in the nation.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. And they are continuing to dominate the Ravens.
Yeah, I was just going to say the Finns are just starting to pull away.
And now it's
comebacks are a thing.
28-7. Now keep in mind, one team that owns the Ravens, the Giants. The Giants owns the Ravens, and Miami can own them tonight to take home a trophy.
Didn't the Giants say they were literally trying to buy them so they can make them a football team no more? I think they were saying they actually wanted to buy them.
No,
get rid of the team,
they were saying that they were saying that they were gonna go to the playoffs, and the Ravens said, "Nah, they ain't going nowhere."
No playoffs for you, buddy.
And they're in the playoffs, and they own the Ravens, defeating them twice this season. We got to make sure that that's on the schedule next season. We got to continue this rivalry between the two teams, as that's caught by Snead on the Ravens for 1st down and 10. So Jackson, can he turn it around?
Probably. I don't know.
Open receiver.
Honestly, I I think you might want to trade Lamar, get a lot of draft picks, and maybe try to get maybe try to trade up for the #1 overall spot to get a quarterback.
Or you let Tyler Huntley start. He's a good quarterback. I mean, when he was filling in for Lamar Jackson, he's a good quarterback. Well, actually, a funny thing is Indianapolis was showing interest in Lamar Jackson, and same with Atlanta. But here's the thing: Indianapolis is signing Matt Ryan. So does he go with Atlanta? Well, even Philly offered him a spot today. He said pregame that Philadelphia called him up. I think he'd look great in a green Eagles uniform next season.
Who doesn't? But to be fair, I mean, Eagles are just a fun team to play for.
Well, he said he will tell us post-game, regardless if he wins or not, who he's going to. And that's incomplete. Kudos to the Miami defense. I think here, before halftime, you still got 5 minutes, 12 seconds on the clock, get a touchdown.
Yeah.
Well, Jackson's going to get sacked.
They need to get their line. Either get rid of Lamar and get some new weapons, or get Lamar a line. 2 options.
I think Lamar gets his revenge on the Birds, or the Ravens. I think he comes back as an Eagle next year, defeats the Ravens, and plays for the championship. And there's a touchdown from Baltimore we've been waiting to see since they scored their first. Nice passing touchdown over the middle. And Justin Tucker finally going to go back out there. And Justin Tucker announced that he will be signing with a different team next year. Does he go to Atlanta or Philadelphia?
I say he should go where... I think him and Lamar should both go to Philly. And on the defense, they'll be fine because they got big plays Slay, I believe. I think they still have him, right?
Yeah, I think so. 439.
Big play Slay, Justin Tucker, Lamar Jackson. What's that guy's name? I think... Who's the receiver? Eglor or something? I forgot his name. I think he's there. The rookie.
Nah, he's on the Raiders in this game.
The guy who they drafted?
Yeah.
I forgot his name. I can't think of it, but him. And they can always use their draft picks to get some receivers this coming year. Get some new weapons.
Tua fires. It is caught somehow. And since Tom Brady has announced that he's retiring at the end of this Winter League season also, just kidding, he's coming to Miami. Tua hinted at joining the Bucks. I think he'd be a better fit in a Bucks jersey. He said he will make his decision whether he's a backup for Tom or if he is a Buck next season, and he'll tell us that at halftime.
But if he could sit behind, if he sits behind Brady for a year, he could learn some of Brady's tricks throughout his long-time career. If he sits there, I'm sure Brady will tell him some stuff that he hasn't told people before.
Tua throws a pick, but keep in mind, he also could get his revenge on Miami, because this is their first Winter League game, or, well, first playoff game since he's been on there, because during the summer, his 2 times on the summer, they've either been eliminated from the playoffs, they were eliminated by the Lions 2 years ago, or they just didn't make it at all, which was last year. So Tua said he's pretty upset, but he decided to stay for our inaugural Winter League season.
But to be fair, it was like 3 or 4 seasons with good weapons and a good team, and nothing comes out of it. So I think they have a right to be upset to have all this good talent, and for him not to still do anything. Quarterback's one of the most important positions on the field. And for him not to be able to do anything with a good team isn't really that, good.
Jackson's gonna get sacked. Here's what I think. I think Jackson's joining the Eagles.
Yeah, me too. And I hope so, and I hope he does.
Incomplete. Tua said he will tell us his decision at halftime, whether he's a Dolphin or a Buck. He said he will tweet it on Twitter when he's in the locker room.
Yeah.
And 4th down and 22 as Lamar throws incomplete. And we got 9 seconds until the 2-minute warning. Well, here's a cool idea though. Tyreek, Cheetah, and Tom Brady. Cheetah and the GOAT, that's a great combination, even though cheetahs probably eat goats in real life, but... Well, I think those two are going to eat a lot of W's next year. Hopefully the Chiefs don't get revenge on Tyreek and win more games than him.
Does he need... You know what James Winston says? He needs to eat that W.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah,
I feel like...
even though he's Mr. INT, he has a good personality.
Well, here's the deal, though. I think he just needed a new team. I don't think he's actually that bad on purpose. I think he just needed a different team, and the Buccaneers just really weren't it for him.
Yeah, but Mr. INT, I mean, but he had, a pretty good team around him. He had a good coach, good receiver, pretty good running back, pretty good defense. He had everything he needed to be a successful quarterback, and he still couldn't make it happen.
So get this. Miami just threw incomplete passes, and now they punt, and Baltimore has the ball back with 1 minute and 40 seconds, and Miami's only leading 28-14. 2 touchdowns, and the Ravens will tie it.
Wow.
Under pressure, but this is still going to fall incomplete.
Intended for Mark Andrews. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
What do you think about the cornerback coming into this draft? New cornerback coming into this draft named Andrew Booth.
Don't know. 3rd down and 10.
He's currently ranked a 6.4.
And it's going to be a 3 and out for Baltimore. But they're going to go for it.
I think if for the new season in these leagues, we should actually add the top 10 rounds or something.
Hold everything. We got a flag on the play.
You know what I mean?
It is defensive pass interference, and this time Baltimore will accept it because they do not want the turnover on downs.
Yeah, we could add these rookies on the teams to be realistic and up to date. More up to date.
Yeah. Incomplete. 59 seconds. Well, the final 50 seconds of the first quarter was wild. Does this one be wild too?
Oh yeah, especially at halftime we'll find out if this is the last quarter of Tua as a Dolphin.
Well, the last game.
Yeah. The last quarter or two left of him possibly being a Dolphin. He might, this might be the last quarter or the last quarter or two for him for being a Finn. So we'll have to
incomplete. 40 seconds to go until halftime. If the Dolphins don't score any more points, could they hold them off and win the game 28-14?
I'd say so.
One thing's for sure, we said they were gonna win by 21. They were leading 28-7 at one point in this game, so that was by 21 points. And they said just send Tucker on for the kick. It's a 43-yard attempt. The final 12 seconds. It is good. So now it's 28-17. And I thought they weren't kicking field goals. 8 seconds.
This guy I'm looking at that's supposed to be in the draft this year in real life, he has my same first name and born in the same month I was.
Dang. And here we go. The Finns get the onside kick. 5 seconds.
That's all they need. I mean, is it really this time to start going onside kicks already?
Well, they think so. They could have made it within a score. Alright, I think Tua's just going to run the clock out.
I still say it's too early.
Incomplete, and we're at halftime, 28-17.
That's the end of the first half, with the score Dolphins 28.
As we're all just patiently waiting for Tua.
And that he will tell us in just a sec. Well, we're just going to pretend they fast traveled, but Tua has made it to the locker room, and he has said, drum roll please,
Clap, clap, clap.
Buccaneers, get my jersey ready.
So it is the last 2 quarters.
And let's talk some conference championship games. First, the 2 NFC games. Well, Lions defeated the Cowboys 52-28. Lions will go to New Orleans and play for a shot to go to the national or championship bowl game. Panthers stun the Rams. Get this, the Rams, they kick a field goal with just seconds left in the game. They're up 37-34. 8 seconds, and it's all what Cam Newton needed. He throws a deep pass, end zone touchdown. And then they kick the extra point with 1 second to go in the fourth. And that does it. 41-37 the final. Cam Newton plays Jared Goff and the Lions for a shot to go to the big game in Las Vegas. Now the 2 AFC games. Well, here we go. In a game that was going to overtime, Jets Steelers were tied at 27. Steelers kick a field goal with 12 seconds left in the fourth. And Sam Darnold throws a couple deep passes over the middle to try to get it in the field goal range and tie it. And get this, he had 13 seconds on the clock when Pittsburgh kicked that field goal. 13 seconds. Here he goes. Throws it. Incomplete. Throws another one. Incomplete. Throws another one. Intercepted. And that wraps that game up 30-27. So the Steelers heading to Mexico to play in the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl for a shot to go to the big game. They'll play the winner of the Lions versus Panthers, if they win, obviously. And then we got the Chiefs and Colts. 67-32 the final at Arrowhead. And then, or not Arrowhead, U.S. Bank Stadium. All the conference championship games are played at U.S. Bank Stadium, home of the Vikings. And now the Chiefs will play the Steelers in the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl for a shot to play the winner of the Detroit Panthers game in the championship game. Well, what did you enjoy the most about this first half?
Tua's decision.
So Tua heading to the Buccaneers.
Yes. That's clearly the best part here. It was just just the waiting. It was all worth it to see his decision.
And guess who he will be throwing the ball to in Tampa Bay next season?
Mike Evans?
The one and only Marvin Jones Jr. and Mike Evans. And here we go for the third quarter. So, during halftime, they didn't talk much about the first half. Tua was just saying thank you to his coaches and stuff. And we're underway in the second half. And after tonight, when the Dolphins head into their off-season after this game, regardless if they win or not, they will all say goodbye to Tua. And I bet you next year, to make it interesting, there will be a Miami Buccaneers game.
There should be. There should be multiple of them. It's going to be a new rivalry.
Well, the Bills played the Patriots 3 times this season. So there could be 3 games for all we know, as that's incomplete.
True.
And here we go with the rush. Can't get any more than just a couple yards. 3rd down and 5.
The ball carrier. He was brought down by Malik Harrison. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Open receiver, or Gesicki, the tight end. And he takes it into field goal range.
That's good for a Miami Dolphin.
Gesicki said he was saddened by the fact Tua was leaving him. So could that mean that he too could head out to be with Tua?
Would be cool to see him stay together.
A gain of 21 more yards.
You can't tell me it would be cool to
That's
see them
another
stay together.
Dolphins first down. First and
Yeah,
10.
Gesicki said in a statement he can't play without Tua.
Which is kind of weird because Tom Brady's better than Tua.
End zone! Touchdown, Miami! They are continuing to own the Ravens 34-17, and they're gonna go for 2.
The Dolphins are lining
He's
up
showing
for a
right now.
two-point
This is
conversion.
who you want to get rid of. Like this is really who you want to get rid of.
And they knock on the 2-point conversion.
Is successful. That
Just
makes the
make him
score
feel better.
Dolphins 36, Ravens
Love it.
17. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
And Sanders kicks it away. And now
The Ravens
Baltimore
take over first and 10
will have a shot.
at their own 32-yard line.
Yeah.
36-17. What do you think?
It's been a pretty good game, if you ask me.
The ball carrier. Jerome Baker in on
Our
the
next
tackle.
game, which will be tomorrow, the Browns and Raiders in the Rocket Mortgage Bowl
33-yard
in Ford Field, home of the Detroit Lions. That was host of the first national, I want to catch inside the 40. But that was host of the first national championship for the Summer League, where the Bills came back and stunned the Falcons in overtime.
30-yard line.
They trailed for most of the game versus the Falcons, and they found a way to hurt the Falcons' feelings at the end of the day.
For real.
Miles Boykin. That's good for a Baltimore Raven.
How much time's left again in this third quarter?
First and
6:43
goal at
to go.
the 7-yard line.
And first and goal from the opponent's 7. Baltimore finds themselves. And how about a touchdown pass on all top of it?
Yeah.
On top of all of it.
And it's about time to put in Tyler Huntley.
Down Ravens.
Or do they still have
The Ravens will
what's
line
that?
up for the
Trace
two-point
McSorley?
conversion.
And going for 2, but they knock it
They still
out.
got-
The attempt at
Yes, they
They still
do.
got Trace McSorley.
And now
should
they
put
are
in Trace
sending,
McSorley.
they have
He's the
said,
GOAT.
that keeps the
they have
score
said that they're keeping
36.
Lamar Jackson in the game.
I think when they switch him, I think they should throw in Trace McSorley. He's the GOAT. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
Well, we will see what they do.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10.
He should be a 99 overall in Madden. He's the best player this NFL has ever seen. I don't care what anyone says. He's the best quarterback of all time. Tom Brady, who?
And Gesicki with the catch.
Trace McSorley going on the down. Like that,
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
So, do you think Aaron Rodgers is really retiring at the end of this Winter League season? Deep pass and incomplete.
Intended for Matt Breida.
I don't know.
Incomplete.
He's been saying he might be retiring for the last 2 years.
On the coverage.
Yeah, he said he was planning on retiring before going to the Texans when Deshaun Watson took over in Green Bay. Meanwhile, Watson's going to Cleveland. He can't stand the Packers anymore. They can't seem to catch any of his passes, he said.
Well, I think they should trade for Baker then.
Scantling going to the Chiefs, obviously. Guess who's going to the Raiders? Devontae Adams. Guess who's gonna go join Jared Goff in Detroit? Lazard. And their NFC rival? He must really not like his team.
Lazard is heavily underrated.
Or he just likes
his receiver.
Or he just likes Jared Goff.
I mean, with everything Lazard's done in his college career and all this stuff, and he's still a 2nd or 3rd string on the Packers, I think he's starting to get annoyed. I think when he's on the Lions, he might get his actual first shot to prove who he is. We've seen that he can make crazy catches. I mean, look at his highlights against the Lions. He makes crazy catches when he finally gets the chance. So imagine with him being a 1st or 2nd option on the Lions, I think he's going to go absolutely crazy. Drop like 1,400 yards and 16 touchdowns.
Let's just say the Packers head coach might be screaming a little bit after that game. Alan Lazard, definitely underrated.
Currently in the NFL, in real life, he is my favorite player in the NFL. And I'm 100% serious.
Guess what? After going 0-12 this season, you won't believe it, after going 0-12 this season, Joe Burrow might be a little frustrated with Cincinnati.
Really?
So does he return home to Louisiana where he played for LSU?
I think he would.
I mean, it's Madden. You gotta mess around with it.
Just like in your other league, there's a pretty big free agent signing right now. In the works of a signing.
Joe Burrow must be watching this game because he said, "Nah, I'm going to the Bills," because Prescott said he's out and wants to go to Cincy.
Well, you know, in another, should we say, like in another league, there's a free agent signing going on right now, so these next couple seasons coming up are going to be crazy.
I'm sorry, but I 100% expect Jamar Chase, when he gets drafted, to join Burrow in Buffalo.
100%, you're calling it? Zero chance he's not going there?
Yeah, I don't think he goes there. And meanwhile, still going, they get him. 4:07 to go in the 3rd.
Yeah, I remember not that long ago when everyone kept saying how the Ravens were the best team in the NFL, and now look at them.
I know, they're trailing to the Dolphins in a playoff game in which they're not going for a chance to go to the national championship.
And to be fair, I don't think it's all Lamar's fault. He really doesn't have that good of a team surrounding him.
Stopped at the 1. The 1 out of all places. Stopped at the 1.
You know, Lamar doesn't really have that.
Oh, that's intercepted. That's intercepted.
You know, he doesn't really have any stud receivers or really good linemen or good running backs. It's pretty much just himself on the offense.
Gone.
He really doesn't have anyone. You know, he really doesn't have anyone. It's pretty much him and his running ability. And if he can't run, they're screwed.
Well, with 3 minutes even to go in the third, Ravens just intercepted Tua, who threw a wobbler under pressure and returned it all the way for a touchdown.
Wobble, wobble.
Tucker lining up for the extra point.
And they're going to kick the extra point, and they're going to be down by 6.
The kick is good.
Okay.
Makes the score Dolphins 36, Ravens 30. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Here's Tucker to kick off.
Jakeem Grant on the return. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Incomplete.
Tunga Vailoa's pass, intended for Matt Breida, incomplete. He was covered by Patrick Queen. Tunga Vailoa's pass, complete to Matt Breida. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
And caught for a nice gain and a first down.
Preston Williams. That's good for a Miami Dolphin. Tunga Vailoa on the keeper. Intended for Preston Williams. Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
2nd down and 10. Also tune in tomorrow night for some Camping World Truck Series action from Kentucky.
Huh?
I was talking to the live stream.
Alright.
Tua trying to be careful how he throws the ball as he gets things to the opponent 30.
Complete to Matt Breida. A 10-yard gain, but it's 4th down.
Going for it. Incomplete in the end zone. And that's a turnover on downs with 1:01 to play in the 3rd quarter. So Ravens down by 6. Have an opportunity to either take the lead or tie it with a couple field goals. Or go for 2. What do you think happens?
I think they try to get the touchdown and go for 2, but they can't. Just get the 3 and be safe. Yeah.
Throws it and incomplete. Down, go for it, and that's a smart decision.
Incomplete. Results in a 4th down.
Or at least I think it is.
Jackson's gonna run it. Did he get it? Oh, I think he did. No.
Jerome Baker in on the tackle.
Wow.
A yard shy.
Now what will they do here?
I think you stop Tua and try to go down the field with it. And they're gonna sack Tua. Second down and 25.
A 15-yard loss. It's second down.
Tua has time to set up a campsite. Never mind. He gets sacked again, and that will expire the third quarter.
It is what it is.
That's the end of the third quarter of play.
Now, if you do get to fourth down,
36.
I think you punt it
30.
because you're only ahead by 6. Incomplete.
They're still doing it right though.
Do we head to overtime?
Matt Hawk in punt formation.
Mac on the punt. Well, keep in mind, if the Ravens score a touchdown, they still get to attempt an extra point or 2-point conversion.
Pretty true.
So they could score a go-ahead touchdown in reality.
First and 10
They could.
at their own 40-yard line.
Touchdown to tie it, 2-point or extra point to take the lead. Throws incomplete on first down and 10.
Jackson on the keeper.
He threw it under pressure, and
For Miles Boykin. Incomplete.
Jackson cannot wait to get out of here.
Sure.
Dobbins.
Jackson's pass complete to J.K. Dobbins. It's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 5.
Third down and 5. That is caught. First down. Mark Andrews, the tight end.
Mark Andrews. That's
Still plenty of time
Raven.
for the Dolphins to make a comeback if they do find themselves trailing.
It is.
Got 8 minutes, 37 seconds. And depending on how much time is on the clock when Baltimore scores, if they score,
Second and 10.
they will have a chance to match it.
Yeah.
Jackson's pass complete to J.K. Dobbins. That's a gain of 3. It's third and 7.
Oh, Jackson runs for it.
Number 8,
Come on,
Lamar Jackson on the keeper.
And with 7:56, they're sending out Justin Tucker. And that is a smart move rather than trying to go for it.
Yeah.
Miami now
Fourth
calls a
game, you can't
timeout.
risk it. Trying to ice the kicker, I see. Probably won't work though. With how much time's left? Probably won't do too much.
So here's a 56-yard attempt from Justin Tucker.
So this should be pretty good, but who knows at this
Justin
point?
Tucker on
And if he
for the
makes
field
it, all the
goal.
pressure's on the defense.
56 yards. Tucker's kick is down the middle and good.
His kick is
And Miami's
just
lead
up.
is cut to just 3.
makes the score Dolphins 36.
Okay.
Ravens
So now
33.
it's completely up to the defense.
Justin
The
Tucker
defense
to
can
kick
get one
off for
stop.
Baltimore.
I think they can win it. Or even
Well,
tie
still
it.
7 minutes, 52 seconds. So they
I
got
think
plenty
this
of time.
game- I think they might want this game to go into overtime so they can even
Double
see some ratings
overtime.
get boosted.
Double
Yeah,
overtime would be potential.
Grant on the
I'm sure the
reserve.
TV would love to see it
Dolphins
go
take
into
over first
overtime.
and 10.
Yeah, everybody that is a Dolphins or Ravens fan or just watching the game in general, they're probably going to want this one to go to overtime. Tua flips it to his
Dolphins,
runner,
They want to win.
and he's brought down at his own 39. So there you go, second down and 7. You just got to get
And
2
they-
more stops.
Gaskin.
And they don't need,
It's a
you know,
pickup
start
of
using
3.
timeouts or
Brings
anything.
up
They're still
second
fine in
and
that
7
category.
at the 39-yard line.
They don't need to use timeouts till the end of the game. And they already have an advantage because technically there's the
Tua
extra
sends it.
2-minute warning.
It is
And the
caught.
Dolphins already used them.
Hold on, it is caught inside the 10.
Good for a Miami Dolphin.
Can Miami Now kick a field goal to make it more difficult on the Ravens.
I think the Dolphins might just want to take the 3 and try to see how this game will go.
Oh, they
I'm
fumbled!
sure the Dolphins...
But the Dolphins do stop them. 6:33. You just got the fumble recovery. What do you do?
Nope. I say first play, you take a shot deep.
Well, hang on. Booth review. The Dolphins might get this one back. Oh, it looked like the ball came out before his knee touched.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be Ravens ball. You asked me, I think oh yeah.
It looked like the ball came out before his knee was down.
Oh, well,
And
actually,
Miami gets the ball back, and 2 seconds are
I
added.
think his knee came down. I was gonna say, I think his knee might have touched.
2 seconds are added, but it doesn't matter. The clock goes down anyway. End zone touchdown.
Which is pretty much the one thing you didn't need for Ravens. This is the one thing you really did not want to see.
Hang on though, you still got plenty of time.
True. I don't think they really need to do onside kick. If I'm telling Trace McSorley to get ready because he might need to come in if Lamar starts to choke. I'm telling the backups get ready.
42-33, 6:07.
The Dolphins are lining up for
And they really needed that turnover.
Honestly, I mean, it could have really gone both ways.
The 2 points no good.
conversion is no good.
Alright, that's another thing that helps them right there.
So if the Ravens can get a touchdown, they'll probably miss the extra point on purpose, just so it's not a 2-point Miami lead. And then they'll probably make it 39-42. Then they'll go downfield and kick a field goal to tie it and send it to OT. And then try to win with a touchdown in overtime. Now keep in mind, we'll explain the rules of overtime again. So how our overtime works for this league. We play the usual 1 overtime period. If the team that receives the kick goes down, scores a or first team to score a touchdown wins it. If both teams kick field goals, we're into sudden death. Next person to score wins, rather it be a touchdown or field goal.
So,
and then if we're still tied after our first overtime, we start a new game. Both teams will receive possession regardless if a team scores a touchdown or not. And then we're into sudden death if both teams score a touchdown. If one team doesn't score but the other scores a touchdown, they win. If one team scores a field goal but the other team doesn't score, the team that scored the field goal is the game winner.
At the 27-yard line.
alright.
Incomplete.
I think all of us want to see this thing go into overtime. And I say take a deep shot to Will Snead. Take a deep shot to Will Snead.
3rd down and 4. Lamar ran for it because his receivers were being weird. 4th down and 7. You got to get it here.
I'm telling you, got to take a deep shot to Will Snead.
And he's not going to get it. 4:56. Can the Ravens make the comeback?
If I'm the Dolphins, you might want to even consider being nice and just be like, here's the ball. Maybe go tie it up, go into overtime. But I don't think they're going to be that nice and say, let's have a good overtime game. I don't think they're going to be nice like that.
Especially in a playoff game.
Yeah, but we're all hoping that will happen.
And Tua gets sacked. 2nd and 23. I don't know why it said lunch when he got sacked.
Sack that, that's his sack lunch. Like a sack lunch you would bring to school. It's your sack lunch.
Oh, this sack lunch isn't the one a quarterback wants to see, and there's another sack. I think at this point in the game, Miami is going to go for it on 4th, regardless of how far back they go.
I think they should just be good sports and just kick it. Don't take a risk and just kick it on. See what they can do.
Oh, Tua, he fumbled it. The Dolphins recover, but it's gonna be a loss of extra yards. And
You think they're still gonna go for it?
yes, they are. And if Lamar or if the Ravens would have recovered that, his knee was not down on the ground. So therefore, down by not down by contact, and yikes, not good. The receiver went out of bounds. 3 minutes and 10 seconds. 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
I'm sure that was an incomplete pass as well. So this is their chance. This is the chance. The Ravens, this is your one. This might be your last chance of the game to score.
Opponent 38. Now keep in mind, they could kick a field goal, then get a touchdown.
Well, let's be real. They know they just need to get this. They need to get this touchdown.
He caught it. They call a timeout. That is a smart move. With 3:04 to call the timeout.
I don't think they need to call timeout yet, because technically the 2-minute warning, they have an extra one.
Well, they'll get that one back.
Timeout left.
But that 2-minute warning, that's technically an extra timeout.
Right, but like they only got one timeout, so it's like the last minute in the game. If they need it, they might not have it.
Well, they'll probably save that final timeout.
So they just got played smart. I really think that was too early to call these timeouts. But who am I?
Jackson! Touchdown!
I told you, now do they go for 2?
I think they're gonna intentionally fail it. I heard talks of it. And Jackson said he might just take a sack.
But why though?
Because they could send it to overtime. And there's a flag. Jackson's sack, there's a flag.
They gotta make sure they don't fumble and Miami doesn't take.
It is offensive holding. And they just declined the penalty. They're gonna kick this off. It's a 3-point game with 2:31 to play in regulation. I think the Ravens can pull it off.
I do, and I hope they do.
There's a realistic amount of time left on the clock. They're down by 3. I think they're just gonna simply stop the Dolphins, go down, and at this point they can kick the field goal if they get to 4th down, because it will be. And Tua's trying to run from him. Whoops, he's not gonna run from him that time. Down at his own 7. 2nd and 25. If he fumbles, that's a touchdown, and it's a go-ahead touchdown for Baltimore.
Which is probably a lot of us are hoping for. We all want to see these Ravens have their amazing comeback.
Second and 25. 2 minutes to go in regulation. And it's been a wild regulation so far. And Miami calls a timeout with 1:55.
Miami shouldn't be the one calling the timeout. They're just wasting time.
Well, keep in mind, it doesn't hurt to call a timeout.
I mean, but what if they end up needing them? What if Ravens say there's a pick 6 or something, and then they need them to try to get back?
That is true. And 4th down and 18. They gotta go for it. They know they do. I would have probably have just punted it, because you probably just gave the Ravens a shot to come back, but... Oh, they get the 1st down. This drive is not over for Miami.
Honestly, that was a horrible defensive play by number 9. He could have easily picked it or batted it down. He just stood there.
And Miami calls a timeout with 50 seconds. Now you know the Ravens want to try to sack him back in field goal range. And then get a turnover on downs. Which will probably happen because the Dolphins keep going for it. And... then they'll kick it.
No, if you're the Ravens, you gotta just hope they fumble. 40 seconds. I think you want to keep Lamar. You know, Lamar did pretty good. I don't know why the Ravens aren't using their timeout. There's no time left.
Oh, hold everything. And we're gonna go to overtime.
Your stream's really lagging.
I think.
This stream's lagging pretty bad.
Okay, but 1 second to go in regulation. Miami just better hope they get a kickoff return for a touchdown. If they do, that closes this game out. If they don't, then we're going to overtime. You got to get a stop. Miami gave you the 3 play. They were very generous, and they do get the stop. Okay, so we are going to overtime. Now keep in mind, if we are still tied after this overtime, we will restart the game and play unlimited overtimes until a winner is declared. Look at that. Dolphins up 21-7 in the first, and it was a wild comeback. Literally 4 seconds. And the Ravens want the ball. So keep in mind, if they score a touchdown on this drive, the game is over. And the Ravens win it. If they kick a field goal, Miami gets a shot.
Personally, I'm not a fan of that rule, but what am I going to say? Who am I to say if I like something?
9:57 to go in overtime. What do you think happens?
Well, all we know is this is going to be a crazy finish. That's all we can say at this moment in time.
Jackson almost intercepted, and that would have been dangerous because that probably would have been a pick 6, and Miami would have won it. It was a wild game. 8 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Who would have thought Miami would have gave him the free play?
If you're the Ravens right now, you know if you score a touchdown here, you win. You're good. You can't have a play. You have to play. You have to play this really smart.
Well, that's a 3 and out for the Ravens.
So they go for it? No.
No, they're gonna punch it. That's a smart choice. But keep in mind, you got to make sure Miami does not get a punt return either.
Maybe you could aim the kick out of bounds. No.
No, because that would be a penalty, and that would move Miami up even farther.
Well, not off a punt. Punts can go out of bounds. Free kicks. Man.
So you see them both playing great defense. Does Miami score a touchdown, field goal here, or do we just stay at 42 for one overtime period?
At this point, I think they might tie it. Personally, I want to see Ravens win it, but at the way that this is going, who knows?
Well, keep in mind, if we go to double overtime, both teams see a possession. So even if the Ravens did score a touchdown and made it 49-42, Miami gets an opportunity to match it. If they don't score, then the Ravens, that was the game-winning touchdown. And then, but if both teams score a touchdown, then we're into sudden death. Next team to score wins. So we are in overtime here in New Orleans, and 7 minutes and 37 seconds away from double overtime.
At their own 23-yard line.
This would be the first playoff game to go into overtime. Oh, it's picked! 7:34, and Baltimore just threw a pick.
take over first and 10.
If you're the Dolphins, you're in excellent position.
I'm pretty sure we're in sudden death.
You're in excellent position to kick the game-winning field goal.
Yeah. Like I was saying, I think we're in sudden death right now, I believe. So, next team to score, I think, takes it home. It's all on the Dolphins.
Oh, here goes Tua. Trying to avoid the rush, but it's going to get him anyway. And now he's out of field goal range.
Which, if the Ravens, you're just saying one stop. I think if you're the Ravens, maybe you pull back all your rushers and put them all into coverage. Not let them get out. Don't let them get a throw off. I think that's what personally, I think that's the move to make.
And
pull all their rushers back into coverage.
You're definitely not in field goal range now. It's 3rd down and 30.
Are they gonna go for it? Are they gonna kick it? So now, momentum shifted. It's all in the hands of the Ravens.
And still not into field goal range. They get it back to only the 43. So they have to punt this ball away. Or go for it, and looks like they're going to punt it. That's a smart choice. .557 away from double overtime. Do you think we make it to it?
I don't know, I hope. I mean, don't get it right. It would be cool to see, but I just want to see Ravens come on top here. I really want to see these Ravens win.
Well, Ravens gotta hang in there. Remember, this game cannot end in a tie. So we go to double overtime, which means we just restart the game. And if both teams score touchdowns, then we go to sudden death. If both teams kick field goals, we go to sudden death. And so forth.
Yes.
It was a crazy final minutes. I did not expect the Dolphins to give them the free play.
No.
To help them out. But they intentionally ran back, and they timed it perfect, too. They're like, let's give them some time. Let's get them that field goal they need. Let's send it to overtime, and then we'll continue to fight there. Instead of just saying, nope, you know what, we're taking the win. By 3.
Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
So that was very generous of them.
Yeah. But if you're the Ravens, you have to just win it.
Exactly. You made that comeback. And now if you don't win it, it's going to seem like a bust. And they couldn't bring them down for a minute.
Number 22, Matt Breida on the carry.
Like I'm saying, I think you pull back all the rushers and just put them all in coverage. Maybe you can force a pick, get in field goal range, drop the pick, take the kick when you're 20 yards away on first down, just kick it, win the game, and get on with it.
Keep in mind,
to go in a couple of minutes.
Tonight, both teams head into their off-season. Whoever wins this game is the New Orleans Bowl champion, but they are not playing for a trip to the national championship. Tua. And a little too much, and that looked like Patrick Mahomes in that AFC championship game. Like, where was he going?
And that was a huge loss. Now, if they're Ravens, this is your last shot. If you don't score here, everyone's not gonna like them. Just get the points. I know you want to be nice to the Dolphins after what they did to you. Think of the bigger picture. Think about how happy you would make the organization and everyone on the team to just win the game. Get on with it. I say just win the game.
Especially because this is Lamar Jackson's and Justin Tucker's final game as a Raven. They're either heading to Philadelphia or Atlanta next season.
And maybe if they win the game, maybe they'll be so happy they won't even leave. Maybe they'll want to stay there after this.
I don't know. Jackson says he refuses to be owned by the Giants as he throws incomplete.
But I mean, he could if he stays, he could say he might be owned by the Giants, but how many bowl wins do the Giants have?
Well, the Giants are playing in a bowl game, so we'll have to see if they get the bowl win. But another punt, and I'm starting to think we're going to see some double overtime. But keep in mind, nobody's safe. Like, we've seen the Dolphins return a kickoff for a touchdown. Could they do it again for the game winner?
Not a good return there at all.
Minute 55. I think you just run the clock out and send it to double overtime. But also, while you're running the clock out, maybe make some plays to where you could potentially get the game winner.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, these guys were up 28-7 against the Ravens at one point in this game. And they give the Ravens the free play to help them out. And now here we are in overtime.
We all want to see it. Go Ravens. Come on, Ravens. You gotta do this. You gotta pull this off.
Oh, first they gotta hold. They gotta prevent the Dolphins from getting this first down.
It would be a complete embarrassment.
Incomplete.
Don't.
49 seconds away from a double overtime.
And that really should have been picked. If he would have paid attention, that would have been picked. And they would have been in field goal range. And they could have won.
49 seconds. Can they do it? Can they upset the Dolphins? So the Dolphins technically are in field goal range, but the Ravens need a stop. And they're going to get that stop. And that should send us to double overtime. And it will.
Or Ravens need to call timeout. Or no.
No,
Ravens
they're
could have
gonna
called timeout and they would have been fine.
they're gonna send it to double overtime. So hold everything. We're going to double overtime.
Hopefully this game ends soon. Otherwise I won't be able to see the end.
Alright, so here we go. And we don't have to restart the game. It started automatically. Double overtime. It's tipped in, almost intercepted. Oh wait, no, we have to restart the game.
Why?
Because if a team scores a touchdown, they win. And we can't have that if we're going to have both teams have a chance. Remember? This game is set up to where the team wins if they score the touchdown. So we're going to restart the game. So both teams have 42 apiece. Dolphins were the home team. And these were the uniforms they were wearing. So what do you think they have to do before this kickoff to win it if they're the Dolphins?
Well, well, the Dolphins need to not give them the ball, and the Ravens need just one stop or just get in field goal range and end it. I mean, everyone's starting to get tired of just sitting around with nothing happening. We need to see who wins.
It's a 10-minute overtime period as we head into double overtime.
First, the score wins.
No. If a team goes down and scores a touchdown, the other team gets a chance to match it. If the other team doesn't score, that's the game-winning touchdown and extra points.
Right.
If the team kicks a field goal and the other team doesn't score, that's the game-winning field goal. Even safeties. So if there's a safety and somebody leads 44-42, but somebody goes and scores a touchdown or field goal, then that is the game winner. And we're just gonna skip the introduction because we're playing overtime, not... So, Miami is kicking it off.
Jason Sanders to kick off for
Miami is kicking it off. So what do you do if you're the Ravens here?
First play, deep shot. If you get in a field goal range, as soon as you get inside of a 60-yard, as soon as you get inside of like a 56-yard field goal, you take it right away.
the Ravens take over first
But
and
then again, you don't win the game if you do that.
True.
So why not go for the touchdown and then stop the Dolphins on their attempt to match it?
True.
Jackson's gonna rush. Jackson's got a first down.
Yeah.
What if we head into a third overtime? That'd be crazy. I doubt it's gonna happen, but what if we went into a third overtime? Des Bryant stopped, and it's gonna be for a loss. 2nd and 10.
brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd
All right.
and 10. At the
Here we go. Jackson. And to that viewer that was watching, we hope you didn't stop, because this game is getting to be a good one. Tied at 42 here in double overtime. And that is picked. Now keep in mind, it's the same policy. So even though Miami intercepted it, if they score a touchdown, they still don't win. Baltimore will get a chance to match it.
At this point, I don't care who wins. This game just needs to end. I'm about to fall asleep and watch it. I'm not kidding.
And Tua's gonna get sacked.
A lot of the crowd's leaving because they're just getting tired and it's getting late.
Nah, you kidding me? We still got a full stadium here. That might be somebody else you're seeing leaving.
Oh, just look over there. If you look over there, there's a...
And that is a nice play. That was a nice defensive play. Mike Gesicki, he had the potential to haul it in, and the Ravens said no. They said no, sir. That is caught, but he's brought down well shy of the line to gain. So again, Baltimore, even if they get a touchdown, they still don't win. It has to be a touchdown, then we determine the winner after that. So a team has to score at least some... It doesn't have to be a touchdown. A team has to score at least some points.
So now are we in sudden death?
Not yet. A team has to score some points first. Rather it be a field goal, a safety, or a touchdown.
Alright.
And then we are in the sudden death. Or if the other team doesn't score, then the game's over. So here we go, 38-yard line. So now if they get to 4th down, the Ravens can kick the field goal. And then Miami gets their shot to match it or go for a game-winning touchdown. And that will be that. But if Lamar Jackson and the Ravens get the field goal or the touchdown and Miami does not score, then the Ravens win, as Lamar's going to pitch it, but that's going to be for a loss, so they're going to have to get back in field goal range on this 3rd down and 17 play. And Lamar does it with his feet, so now we're going to see a field goal attempt. 52-yard attempt from Tucker. The kick is good, so now Miami gets a chance to match it or go for a game-winning touchdown.
And if they don't score, is that
That's
over?
the game.
All the pressure's on Ravens defense.
So if the Ravens can stop them from scoring, that's the game. That was the game-winning field goal right there. If Baltimore can...
This stadium's getting pretty loud, and it's getting pretty late out here. It's starting to get late out there.
So they're starting in excellent field position. It's 11:26 Eastern Standard Time, and we're still playing football here in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome.
It looks like this might be the latest game ever played. Or at least pretty close to it. Might get the record books out for this one.
Incomplete, batted away. Can the Ravens stop? Can the Ravens stop the Dolphins?
Probably. I'm sure these guys don't even want to interview. It's getting late. I'm sure they just want to go to bed and just sleep. They're sleeping and
3rd down and 9.
Come on, Ravens, this is your one chance.
You can expect Miami to go for it if they get to 4th down.
The palms are sweating.
It is caught! Inside the 10, a 54-yard reception. Miami needs a touchdown to win it, a field goal to keep the game going.
So will the Dolphins be nice and kick the 3? I don't think they will, but will they?
Incomplete.
You think the Dolphins will be nice and take 3?
If they get to 4th down, because they don't want to not score and have the game end just like that. Oh, he was so close to a game-winning touchdown. They're at the opponent too. If they get into the end zone, that's it. The extra point won't even be necessary.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Baltimore sacks them. And we're going to see a field goal attempt to match it. If they miss this field goal, the Ravens are the New Orleans Bowl champions. Sanders' kick is good, so now we're into sudden death. And keep in mind, if we're still tied after this overtime, we play another one. So 45 all, 3:08 to play in the second overtime. 45-45, who takes it?
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Flag on the play, open receiver.
I'm back.
It's offensive holding. Like we said, keep in mind, if we're still tied after this overtime, we play another one. But if the Dolphins can get a stop and then punch it into the end zone, or even kick a field goal, they win.
If it goes into another overtime, I gotta just go.
Jackson's pass.
And in that overtime, it will be sudden death still.
A 5-yard gain.
So regardless of what they score, they win.
At the 23-yard line.
That chance for both teams only applies for one overtime. 2:16 to play in double overtime.
Oh, and it's dropped.
Jackson.
That was a horrible drop.
Oh, and he drops it again. And now the Ravens, they're going to have to punt this one. You can't go for it and risk the game. You can't risk the game. You're on your own 23. If you throw an incomplete pass, then you just gave the Dolphins excellent field position. And they touch it down at 2:04 to go in double overtime. And we're still tied at 45. Can the Dolphins win it? Remember, all they really need is a field goal. So if they get in field goal range, they can kick it and be the New Orleans Bowl champions. It is caught, and he's stopped behind the line to gain. And you can expect the Ravens to really play defense here. They want this thing to maybe go into triple overtime, or they want to get an interception and win it. That's dropped. 3rd down and 4.
Man, I don't know, man, this game is going to be too close for me. I think Tua just missed him. I don't think he even got his hands on it. I think that was a bit of an overthrow.
And Tua's sacked, so now they're going to have to punt. Can the Ravens now turn it around and win it?
I hope so. With 1:26 left in the game before the next overtime. If they don't get it here, I don't know if they can do it. I mean, how many overtimes is there going to be? There can't be this many. There has to be a rule eventually saying they can't be.
There will be. If it takes it, there could be 50 overtimes by the time this game is over.
I'm sure there'll be a rule or something saying those players are getting too tired for that.
Or we'll have a sudden death game tomorrow.
Right, that's what I'm saying, then the players will get some sleep for tomorrow.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
Jackson, and he dropped it. 21 seconds. Are we going to triple overtime?
I don't know if I can.
Are we going to triple overtime? That is the question you should ask right now.
I really don't. I don't hope so. I don't want to. But...
Unlimited attempts until a winner is declared. Dropped. And even though it's 3rd down, but they're on their own 35, so they said, forget it, we're gonna punt this. If they were in enemy territory and not in field goal range, then they probably would have went for it.
This point,
11 seconds. Is that all Tua needs? 11 seconds.
Someone just needs to win. At this point, we just need to see a winner. It's getting really late. Seems it's about to be midnight for these guys.
Can Tua punch it into field goal range?
At this point, I just
It's intercepted!
Oh, wow.
And we're 3 seconds away from double overtime. But keep in mind, now that they just got the turnover, the Dolphins could sack him in his own end zone, and that could be the game right there.
From the Ravens, I'm just taking one.
And say hello to triple overtime. Sudden death overtime. First team to score wins. Yeah. 45-45, triple overtime. Here we go. The first game in Winter League history to go to triple overtime. There's a flag on the play, Jackson. It's sudden death, both teams.
Those guys out there look like they're falling asleep on the field.
And the Dolphins decline it because they're just getting tired of this game.
Everyone's tired.
Des Bryant hauls it in. Touchdown or field goal or safety. That's all these teams need. And the game is over.
I don't think they're going to get their safety. They're up to like the 50 now. I don't think this safety is really a thing unless he runs back to his end zone for some reason and just stands there.
On the opponent 40. 10 yards away from field goal range. Or a good distance for field goal range. They could go 2 yards and then kick a field goal.
I think they're in field goal range right now. If they take the shot right now and win it, go for the win.
Well, they're back on the opponent 43 now, so they're definitely out of field goal range.
But they should have just took it when they were that close. They should have just took it right then and there.
Now keep in mind, we will go to quadruple overtime if it is needed, and it's intercepted. 7:29 to go. And triple overtime. Do we go to quadruple overtime?
I really hope not, because I have to go in like 2 minutes. So I need to see someone win. And they're already in, it looks like they're already in field goal range, so we'll just take it. Take the 3, please. Just take the 3 and win. Never mind, they're not. I thought they were closer. I didn't know they were.
Second and inches.
That could have been picked. If that DB would have paid attention. Picked 20 yards away from the end zone. That's the game. Field goal or touchdown, pick 6. I don't care. That's the game. That DB might have just sold the entire game. I wouldn't be mad if the Ravens lose.
And third down and 9. I think they're gonna go for it on 4th here. If when they get to 4th, I think the Dolphins are gonna go for it. They're just that tired of this game, but that could be a costly mistake too.
At this point, just go for it. Who cares about the mistake? At this point, it's about to be midnight, and these guys are still out here trying. They just want to get out. I think at this point, any team's not going to be mad about how far this game's gone, of how long these guys have lasted.
Keep in mind, we're in the final 6 minutes. We could go to quadruple overtime if somebody does not score. Oh, and it's a fake. Sends it deep. It is tipped and intercepted. Oh my gosh. Join me in a walk to the sidelines right now. What would you be saying if you were the coaches?
I don't even know.
We're in triple overtime. And no team has scored yet. After they both got a chance in double overtime and they both kicked a field goal.
The Ravens don't win it here, I don't even know. This is the perfect opportunity for the Ravens.
Well, Jackson can say, I left the Ravens. I left the Ravens after going to triple overtime if he wins this in triple overtime.
Yeah.
If but 5 minutes and 5 seconds, if a team doesn't score, we could go to quadruple. And we could even go to Cinco overtime. It just depends.
Okay, I'll be back.
5 minutes to go. No team wants to lose, and I actually like that. I can respect that. No team wants to lose. And the Dolphins get the ball back with 4:54 to go in triple overtime.
I'm back.
We are 4 minutes and 54 seconds away from quadruple overtime.
So
the Ravens just turned it over on downs. I feel like they do not deserve to win the game at this point.
No. This is all Lamar's fault. Part DB, part Lamar. How does Lamar get this many chances and every time just sits there and does nothing?
Well, and especially because we're getting ready to go to quadruple overtime.
Yeah. Hopefully this game will end. Another bad play by that number 99. Could have been a pick.
That is caught, and they are into field goal range.
Just take the field goal, please end it.
3:39 to go.
Just take the field goal right now. I don't care. You do not wait. If you don't take it now, I am not doing any interviews. I am too tired to do this. They just need
and
to
they call a timeout to discuss if they're gonna kick it.
If they don't kick it, I think they might be the dumbest organization in the world.
They're not gonna kick it.
You know how dumb they are?
You really want to go to quadruple overtime?
No.
And they're gonna get sacked too, well out of field goal range. The other teams are watching this and saying, "Let's not be that team tomorrow." Another sack. They ran him over again.
Ravens need to call a timeout right now. Call a timeout. Stop the clock. Give them most amount of time.
And it's 3rd
Well, the Ravens, I bet, don't even care if it goes to quadruple overtime. Incomplete. That, if he would have caught that, that would have put them in field goal range and they could have won it right there. Instead, they're punting with 2:32. And keep in mind, the clock will stop with 2 minutes.
This is all up to the Ravens. If they don't score here, I think they should just let the game continue tomorrow. Let the players get some rest.
Jackson and the Ravens said, I don't need sleep. I'm not going to sleep until this game ends. And I will end it in my final game as a Raven.
He doesn't remember too. Honestly, this could just be hurting his trade causes. If he doesn't score here and he ends up losing the game, I think teams might lose interest in him after the game he's having tonight.
And keep in mind, he still has to tell us post-game what team he's signing with next year.
I don't think I can.
They've already got a jersey and a deal ready for him. He just has to go sign it.
I can't do an interview, so I gotta go.
1:54, and we might head to quadruple overtime unless if a touchdown or field goal is scored.
I mean, I don't like this decision Lamar's making. There's people wide open that can get 20, 30 yards out of bounds. 20 yards and get out of bounds. And yet he tries to throw it deep.
Yeah, but keep in mind, look at 42-yard line, heading towards field goal.
Timeout or no huddle. Not yet. I'd say you get maybe 5 more yards and then take it. Maybe let Lamar get a run. I don't know. Just
Miami
5 yards.
Is ready to win their first playoff game in a league in franchise history. But with 63 seconds, Lamar Jackson holds a threat
just
of a field goal.
Right here. Right here. Just kick it right here. I don't care. Just kick it right now. Or do you think they try to go for it, get the 1 yard, and then go for it?
Incomplete. And I think
just kick it. Just kick it. Just kick it.
And Lamar says we're gonna use more clock before we kick it.
If they kick it, it's done. They don't need to waste clock. If they kick it and they make it, that's the game. They don't need to worry about clock.
Yeah, but I think Lamar wants a touchdown. I really do. Under pressure, throws incomplete.
You just kick the field goal. You're in field goal range. If you don't kick the field goal, everyone's going to hate you. Just kick the field goal. You're about to get sacked. That would about have been an interception. Just kick the field goal. Make everyone happy. And let this game just end.
Almost is an interception. 3rd down and 10.
Someone just go down there and tell him just end it.
And the Dolphins are going to try. The Dolphins are going to try to sack Lamar Jackson. And they're going to get a sack on him.
Well, they're still in field goal range, so they just got to just kick it up. Maybe they're not. He ran way back there and just stood there. I don't care.
A 61-yard field goal.
That should be good. He's made it from 68 before, so this should be good.
And the kick is no good. And we head to quadruple overtime.
Well, I gotta get out.
Okay, I'll let you know who won. The kick is no good. That could have ended it right there. Quadruple overtime.
On the return, the Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Quadruple overtime. Here we go. Tua. Grant Sr. And you know Tua's going to look to end it. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, or Justin Tucker and the Ravens just gave him a chance to.
First and 10 at the 49-yard
It's literally about to be 12 a.m. and it's 11:45 and we're still playing. Grant Sr. couldn't haul it in.
Tunga Vailoa on the keeper. Intended for Jakeem Grant. Incomplete.
Down the middle. Caught. The Dolphins are going to try to end it.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
And good night. Dolphins win it in quadruple overtime. 51-45. It took 4 overtimes for the Dolphins to win it, but they won it 51-45. And Lamar Jackson and Justin Tucker head to the Eagles as they will suffer the defeat. Thank you so much for tuning in. What a wild game. It took 4 overtimes to end it. And now we do our post-game interviews. Tua, unfortunately, you're leaving Miami after tonight for the Buccaneers. But you leave for the Buccaneers, a champion of the New Orleans Bowl. What went through your mind as it took 4 overtimes for you guys to win it? You know, it was crazy. The first overtime, we knew it was sudden death. Like, first team to score wins. So we were just trying extra hard to continue to battle with them. And we forced it in a double overtime. Double overtime meant both teams got a chance if one team scored. Ravens kick a field goal. We go down, kick a field goal. 3-3. And then we head off to triple overtime. Ravens try a kick with 3 seconds left that would have got them the win in triple overtime, but they miss it. We go to quadruple overtime. And on our first possession, we put it in the end zone. And that was like the best part of tonight. Well, congrats on the win. Unfortunately, you're not eligible to play for the big game, but you still are a champion. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll head to the Buccaneers, and the Bucs will be in it next year. Mark my words. Well, quadruple overtime, and now we talk to Lamar Jackson. Well, Lamar, at the beginning of the game, you told us that you were going to either go to the Falcons or Eagles, and you were taking Justin Tucker with you. Now, you have chosen the Eagles, so that's where you and Justin Tucker head, but what went through your mind when Justin Tucker missed the 61-yarder to potentially win it in triple overtime as time expired? You know, at that point, I really didn't think anything of it. I was like, that's okay. We'll go to quadruple overtime. We'll try to get into field goal range and win it. But then, unfortunately, we get sacked a couple times, then throw an interception. And then on their first of the game, Miami punches it into the end zone, so that really sucks. And unfortunately, we leave defeated, but you know what? It's alright because I'm out, Justin Tucker's out, we're going to go win it with the Eagles next year. Thanks, Lamar. Well, that does it. The Dolphins are New Orleans Bowl champions. They win at 51-45 in quadruple overtime. Thanks to everybody watching. As we say, so long. And tomorrow we'll do post-game report.